Hi everyone, this is a picture of me with a friend, and we had gone to Italy back in 2008, 2009. It was a long time ago. It was not my first time in Europe, but it was my first time in Italy. And I was thinking two things today. I was thinking I have all this leftover seafood medley. What am I going to do with it? And then I was looking through different recipes online, and I thought, why not do an Italian pasta dish with seafood? Because when we were in Venice, that is one of the cities in Italy that's famous for seafood, and we would have so many delicious meals with seafood. And I thought, well, you can think outside the box. You don't have to have spaghetti and meatballs. You can do that. So I'm going to do a dish today featuring wine, tomato sauce, my seafood medley, spaghetti pasta, and a whole bunch of other different things, and I'm really looking forward to it, so stay tuned. So I'm going to do an overview of the ingredients I will need to make this beautiful seafood Italian pasta. And I have, first of all, I have my beautiful seafood, the squid calamari, the mussels, and the shrimp. And I always love to add vegetables to anything if I can, especially pasta dishes, because it adds flavor, it adds texture, and it also adds taste, and definitely adds nutrition and fiber. So we've got some peas, and we've got some roast peppers, some bell peppers, sorry. And here we have some onions, and we have some minced garlic. I also have some wine here that I will be using. And I have chicken broth, Campbell's chicken broth, that's no salt added. So again, a low sodium version as much as possible is what I try to do if I can get it and if I can find it. And we try to always do low sodium as much as possible and not add any extra salt. And I also have some tomato sauce, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's some paprika, there's some basil, and there's some parsley. And I was quite liberal with the spice, with the herbs and the spices. And now here I have some some pasta, some spaghetti noodles that I soaked, and I'm just adding the chicken broth. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be adding a little bit of water to this, a little bit, maybe the same amount of chicken broth to water, and I will be cooking the spaghetti in the broth mixed with a bit of water to give it additional flavor. And while that is cooking, I'm going to be starting the sauce. So here we are. I just wanted to show how much water and chicken broth I have, how much liquid in total I have. So the pasta, and I'm using spaghetti noodles here because that's what we had. I'm going to be just cooking them as usual, but the only difference is instead of just water, I have added some chicken broth, low sodium chicken broth. So I'll let that go and cook, and while those cook, I'm going to prepare the sauce. Okay, so here I have some of my onions frying away, and I'm just gonna I have a bit of vegetable oil. You can obviously use olive oil as well. And I'm just going to be frying these very, very lightly until they're translucent. So now I'm adding to that my garlic. It's sizzling very, very nicely. I want to do these very, very lightly so the onions don't get brown and the garlic is just lightly fried so it emits a beautiful smell. And to this I'm going to add my bell peppers. Looks really good, and it certainly smells very nice. I'm always happy when I can add some vegetables into something, into a recipe, because I just know it's more added nutrition, it's added fiber, and it's just really delicious too. So we've got those going, and right now I'm going to add my peas. I don't like to add them too early because I love the color of when they're not overcooked. I'm just going to give that a quick stir. And add in my tomato sauce. And as you can see, this is a very quick and easy dish to prepare. It's going quite fast. Okay. To this, I will be adding the white wine. And I want the wine to be absorbed with the flavors. And I'm just going to let that simmer just for about a minute, and I will be back. I wish you could smell how lovely this smells. I can smell a little bit of the herbs, but mostly the white wine. And, you know, it really is a very nice smell and flavor, I think, that is being created in the sauce. So it looks very nice, and it's bubbling, and you can see the herbs all mixed in there. So at this point, I'm going to reserve the shrimp and add in the rest of my seafood. So it does cook in this sauce, and so it is absorbed in this beautiful sauce. I didn't like the fact that I have the mussels and the other parts of the seafood medley the way they are unshelled. I would have liked them in their shell, but now I'm discovering that it's actually a lot less tricky to cook it this way. So there are some advantages to this, and this is, of course, calamari ring, which I really do love. I've only had calamari before, mostly deep fried, and it's nice to have versions that are, sorry, not versions, ways of cooking calamari and other seafood that is not necessarily deep fried and is still very tasty and certainly very delicious. So we have this cooking away, and at this point I will add the beautiful shrimp. The shrimp are already, these are already cooked, so I don't like to overcook. Oh, I can smell the basil. I'm not sure about the rest of the herbs, but I can certainly smell the basil in the wine. And there you go, that's going to be the sauce. So let's see how the pasta is doing. So we've got our beautiful spaghetti that was cooked the way I showed, with some water and some chicken, low sodium chicken broth, and it looks beautiful. And I have right here my sauce. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my spaghetti and mix it with, oh, I guess Scooby's very excited. Going to continue doing this, and it is smelling fantastic. So this is definitely an unusual way of eating spaghetti. You don't have to do it with the traditional tomato sauce and meatballs. And it's also a great pandemic dish, because if you have leftover, or if you have seafood medley or leftover seafood of any kind, whatever your preference, whatever your choice, you can certainly do this. I've never had it this way, or maybe I have, but I don't remember. And I do remember that when we were in Venice, oh my gosh, they had such beautiful selection of pastas and other items with seafood, because of course Venice is famous for its seafood. And it was a very, very interesting and exciting experience, actually. So I will continue mixing this, and I will be back. The finished dish, and what I did was I got a bit of it, so I'm gonna just taste, and it does look pretty good, and it smells fantastic. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's very different from spaghetti and meatballs, but it is just as delicious, and it's delicious in a completely different way. And for people who love seafood, this is a must try. And I feel like I'm back in Venice again. Anyways, I hope you give it a try. It's me trying to get rid of my seafood medley during the pandemic, staying home as much as possible. So I did the best with what I have, and I think it was really, really good. So another dish now from Italy, and I hope you liked it. And if you liked this episode, please like and subscribe, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye for now.